The Great Lakes are a vital source of fresh water, but they are also an imposing obstacle for migrating birds. Jutting out into Lake Erie is Long Point. The marshes in this area are very popular with waterfowl, and hundreds of thousands pass through this area every year. What makes Long Point so special is its unique shape. It's the closest point of land to the United States, which means that migrating birds like it because it allows them to travel the shortest distance possible over Lake Erie. The birds come from a variety of locations and are all heading for their summer breeding grounds. After arriving in Long Point, the birds rest, sometimes for several weeks. It's an important stage in their migration.
So again, with the tundra swans as a great example here of how important staging areas are, and what we mean by staging area is a point along the bird's migration, whether it's spring or fall, that they stop and they acquire nutrients. So the tundra swans that are here right now are stopping to acquire the fuel that they need to make the next migration stop north, as well as they're starting to put on energy for reproduction. So a lot of birds that nest in the Arctic, tundra swans being one, geese, some ducks as well, actually have to take their energy resources to the breeding grounds, because when they get there, the breeding grounds are frozen. So these swans are coming, gaining energy to make their next stop in migration, but they're also starting to put on energy to put towards reproduction, that being producing eggs. And so Long Point is an incredibly important place for species like tundra swans, where they have to acquire this food resource prior to getting to the breeding grounds.
So what is the main species of bird that passes through?
The main type of bird, that's I guess a tough one to say because of how the point funnels birds so much. We actually see all types of birds migrating through here. So we have small passerines like warblers and things that way, right up to sandhill cranes and tundra swans. So we really get all birds migrating through Long Point, which again makes it very important to kind of North American bird populations.
What about at the banding stations?
This time of year we're kind of dealing with a lot of sparrows, starting to get into some kinglets and creepers, which will pretty much, and blackbirds, which will pretty much be the bulk of it for the next few weeks until late April, early May, where we start getting more of the warblers and stuff like that.
So the birds are in Long Point for several weeks, and before they leave, another group will flock from miles around to see them.